heart of Kentucky, nestled between the two lakes that give the region its name, there lurks a creature unlike any other. Known to the locals as the beast of land between the lakes, this mysterious and terrifying creature has been the subject of legends and folklore for generations. Its existence is hotly debated, with some dismissing it as a figment of imagination, and others insisting that they have seen it with their own eyes. But one thing is certain: the beast of land between the lakes is a force to be reckoned with. The legend of the beast of land between the lakes dates back to the early 1800s, when the region was first settled by European pioneers. These settlers were greeted by an untamed wilderness filled with all manner of dangerous animals and treacherous terrain. But even among the wolves and bears that roamed the area, there was something different about the creature that would come to be known as the beast. The earliest account of the beast described it as a massive, black fur-covered creature with glowing red eyes and razor-sharp teeth. Some claimed that it walked on two legs, while others insisted that it moved on all fours like a wild animal. But regardless of its appearance, everyone agreed on one thing: the beast was not to be trifled with. As the years went on, the legend of the beast only grew stronger. Farmers reported their livestock being slaughtered in the dead of night, with nothing left behind but bloody paw prints and tufts of black fur. Fishermen spoke of a shadowy figure that lurked just beneath the surface of the lake, waiting to drag unsuspecting swimmers down to their doom. And as the stories spread, so too did the fear. In the late 1800s, a group of hunters set out to track down the beast and put an end to its reign of terror once and for all. Armed with guns and traps, they combed the woods and hills for any sign of the creature. But despite their best efforts, the beast remained elusive. Some hunters claimed to have caught glimpses of it, darting through the trees or slipping into the water, but no one was able to get close enough to land a shot. As the years turned into decades, the beast of land between the lakes became more of a legend than a real threat. People still spoke of it in hushed tones, and visitors to the area would occasionally report seeing something moving in the shadows, but for the most part, life went on as usual. That all changed in the 1960s, when the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers began construction on the Kentucky Dam. As the waters of the Tennessee and Cumberland rivers rose, they flooded much of the land between them, creating the vast expanse of water that we now know as Land Between the Lakes. The area was turned into a national recreation area with campgrounds, hiking trails, and fishing spots attracting visitors from all over the country. But even as people came to enjoy the beauty of the Land Between the Lakes, rumors began to circulate once again about the beast. Some claim that the creature had adapted to its new surroundings, swimming freely between the lakes and emerging to hunt on the banks. Others said it had been forced to move deeper into the woods, where it was even harder to track. And then, in the summer of 1980, a group of campers reported an encounter with the beast that would go down in history. The group had been sitting around their campfire, roasting marshmallows and telling ghost stories, when they heard a rustling in the bushes nearby. At first, they assumed it was just a raccoon or a deer, but then they caught a glimpse of something massive and black moving in the shadows. The campers were frozen in fear as the beast stepped out of the bushes and into the light of their campfire. Its massive form towered over them, its black fur gleaming in the flickering flames. The creature's eyes glowed in a deep red, and its sharp teeth were visible even from a distance. For a moment, no one moved. The campers were too scared to run, but they were also too scared to confront the beast. It seemed to sense their fear, and it let out a low growl that shook the ground beneath their feet. That was enough to break the spell. One of the campers, a man named Tom, grabbed a stick from the fire and charged at the creature, hoping to scare it away. But the beast was too quick for him. With lightning-fast reflexes, it sidestepped the stick and swiped at Tom with a massive paw. Tom was knocked to the ground, his arm badly bruised and bleeding. The other campers scrambled to his aid, but the beast was already retreating into the woods. It disappeared into the darkness, leaving the campers shaken but alive. News of the encounter quickly spread, and soon people from all over the country were flocking to Land Between the Lakes to catch a glimpse of the infamous beast. Sightings became more common, with some claiming to have seen the creature swimming in the lake or lurking near the campsites at night. The park rangers tried to downplay the rumors, insisting that the beast was nothing more than a wild animal like any other in the area. But as the years went on, more and more people began to believe that there was something supernatural about the creature. Some claimed that it was a demon sent to punish the wicked, while others said it was a creature from another dimension that had crossed over into our world. Despite the continued sightings, no one has ever been able to capture the beast or even get a clear photograph of it. Some have tried to lure it with bait or set traps, but all attempts have been unsuccessful. The creature seems to be too smart and too elusive to be caught. Today, the legend of the beast of Land Between the Lakes lives on. Visitors to the area are warned to be cautious, especially at night, and to keep their distance from any wild animals they might encounter. But despite the warnings, there are still those who come to Land Between the Lakes in search of adventure and the chance to catch a glimpse of the infamous beast. And who knows, maybe one day someone will finally be able to capture the creature and put an end to the legend once and for all.